Welcome to Unknown Theory. In today's video we'll talk about the assassination of the President of Haiti. Disclaimer, we can't confirm any of the theories or stories we talk about in our channel. All stated information is purely for entertainment purposes.
The country of Haiti is under a state of emergency tonight after President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated early this morning.
Last Wednesday morning, the island country of Haiti experienced a horrific loss. On that early morning, President Jovenel Moïse was gunned down in his private residence. At around 2 a.m., a group of assassins stormed into the president's residence on the outskirts of the capital, Port-au-Prince, shooting him and wounding his wife, Martine Moïse, in what officials call a well-planned operation that included foreigners who spoke Spanish. According to the authorities, the armed group are professional killers, consisting of more than 24 people, including 2 American citizens and retired members of the Colombian military. No one knows the real reason or motive as to why the assassination of Haiti's president was planned, but speculations have risen. Most people believe that his bad job as a president in the past year is what led to his killing. His presidency saw the outbreak of mass demonstrations over economic underperformance and corruption. For example, top members of Moïse's government were implicated in the siphoning off of billions of dollars of foreign aid. Many people also argue that his presidency ended in February 2021, but Moïse and his supporters insisted that his 5-year term began when he actually assumed power in 2017 and therefore would expire in February 2022. The president declared the controversy an attempted coup and ordered the arrest of 23 people, including a Supreme Court judge and a police inspector general. Poverty and hunger are rising, with many accusing members of the government of enriching themselves while not providing the population with even the most basic services. The drama sparked fresh waves of unrest that continued throughout 2021. Also in 2020, the US government imposed sanctions on 3 Haitians, including 2 members of Moïse's government, for orchestrating and committing human rights abuses related to gang violence. Because of all this controversy, many people believe that's why he was killed, but why by former Colombian militaries? If a president was so bad that he was killed, you would think it would have been orchestrated by an opposing government party, an opposing country, people rebelling, or even gang members from Haiti. Even one of Haiti's most powerful gang leaders said on Saturday his men would take to the streets to protest the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. Jimmy Cherizier, a former cop known as Barbecue who heads the so-called G9 Federation of 9 gangs, railed against police and opposition politicians whom he accused of being part of the plan to sacrifice Moïse this week. Although the official reason as to why the president was executed hasn't been answered, we believe that here, in Unknown Theory, we might have cracked the answer. If you follow our channel and watch our videos, then you either believe in conspiracy theories or are intrigued by them, as do we. So you people should know by now that COVID-19 is all a plan by the New World Order. And we believe the assassination of Haiti's president might have been another one of their operatives. And out of all the presidents and countries in the world, why Haiti specifically, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere? Well, first off, listen to this interview done by President Moïse.
But Moïse says there is a relationship Haitians have with nature that protects them from coronavirus, and a plant that produces certain tea called assassination, that's made with ginger root. I'm telling you what I've witnessed, he says, but scientifically, I cannot say.
You can clearly see that Haiti doesn't need or want the vaccines. Now, look at this press briefing by White House Secretary Jen Psaki.
And finally, Haiti is one of the countries that will be receiving vaccines from the United States. We will be prepared to deliver those, hopefully as early as next week. Part of that is assessing what can happen with the airport and how we will be able to deliver these.
This press briefing was held 2 days after the assassination of President Moïse. The US are sending troops and FBI agents to Haiti in an attempt to help them in the investigation, as well as preventing chaos from breaking out. But in reality, we actually think the US played their part in the assassination. Now hear us out. Who is the country that's sponsoring the vaccines most, where you can literally get it in any store? Besides, we all have to admit that the United States is the sketchiest country in the world.
On global vaccines, today we are sending 3 million doses to Indonesia, 1.5 million doses to Nepal, 500,000 doses to Moldova, and 500,000 doses to Bhutan. With these shipments in this week alone, we have sent nearly 15 million doses to countries including Guatemala, Uruguay, Paraguay, Bolivia, Afghanistan, and Vietnam.
Besides, let's review some facts. Haiti has a population of over 11.5 million citizens. And since the start of the pandemic, there have been only 19,220 total cases, and just 471 total deaths. Less than 0.0016% of the population has been infected and way less than that have died due to COVID-19. So clearly, Haiti doesn't have a coronavirus problem. We also looked into the suspected captured assassins, and you won't believe what we found. 17 of the men suspected of involvement in his assassination were captured after a gun battle with Haitian authorities in a suburb of Port-au-Prince, while 3 were killed and 8 are still at large, police say. The detained Colombians said they were recruited to work as bodyguards in Haiti by Miami-based company CTU Security, ran by Venezuelan émigré Antonio Intriago, the Miami Herald reported. And get this, when the authorities tried to contact them, CTU Security didn't answer calls or emails. Antonio Intriago couldn't be reached either. The families of the 3 former military Colombian men also said they were not there to kill anyone. Jenny Capador, sister of Dubony Capador, killed in the crossfire, said there was something that didn't add up. She said that the father of 2 was raising chickens and fish when a former colleague called to offer him work. Jenny said, they made him an offer to go work at a security business, to provide security and collaborate with protection for important people, and they would pay him well. Jenny Capador said she and her brother spoke throughout the day of Moïse's killing. In the last conversation I had with my brother, he told me, we got here too late, unfortunately, the person we were going to guard, we couldn't do anything, she recalled. Later that evening, her brother told her in a WhatsApp message he was under attack. He told me, we are trapped, they have us shut in and they are shooting. Jenny said his brother Dubony trained in counterterrorism, and retired in 2019 after a 21-year army career in Colombia. Last Friday, another woman, who said she was the wife of Francisco Elodio Uribe, one of the arrested men, told local Colombian radio her husband heard about the bodyguard job through someone she referred to only as Capador. Also, an investigating judge told local media that the 2 Americans who were part of the assassination, James Soliges and Joseph Vincent, had said they were there as translators for the Colombians, after finding the job on the internet. However, US and Canadian media are reporting that one of the dual citizens arrested, James Soliges, 35, is from Florida and was a former bodyguard at the Canadian Embassy in Haiti. Judge Clement Noel also said the following, the mission was to arrest President Jovenel Moïse, and not to kill him. It's also been known that no personnel of the president's security team was harmed in any way, which means, they did not do anything to stop the assassination. As you can see, this whole crime is very sketchy. And that is why we think the US were behind all this, and why you might ask, well basically so they have an excuse to flood Haiti with US military, something Haiti themselves asked for. This is so the US has leverage over Haiti for helping them in such a tragic time, and also, so they can influence and choose the next ruling governmental power. The second is because of COVID. As we already showed you, Haiti is one of the countries that has done great in the COVID pandemic, but now, the US wants to flood the country with vaccines, as they are the only country without a single dose. Another sketchy fact as to why they want to push the vaccines onto us so much, something we will talk about in a future video. Besides, Let's not forget that the US are masters in causing havoc to justify themselves into doing something. Take for example our last video that explains the truth about the 9/11 attacks. Well, that's it for today's video. If you have any more information about this event, let us know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe.